welcome to a live reading. I decided to go ahead and do one live here. This is a reading for December 1st through the 15th for all Capricorn signs, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Mars. My name is Melissa. Welcome. I appreciate all likes and comments and feedback as I look at it as abundance always. And I'm going to go ahead and do a Celtic cross for you. And I will tell you too, all of my readings are based on energy that's kind of given at a certain time and moment. I will tell you that they also overlay. So the same energy for love is the same energy for business, is the same energy for everything. So if there's something in particular that's drawing me to a love reading or a business reading, I usually say it. So we're going to just do a Celtic cross here. I'm using the Light Seers Tarot deck. Love this deck. And then we'll probably clarify some things with Mystic Mondays. Bottom of the deck today is the Five of Swords. So you're in your head a little bit. I just want you to make sure you're honoring the little person inside. When I started enchanting Little Soul, it was about honoring the little girl inside that I needed to repair. And I feel like this has something to do with you being able to repair. Also speaking your truth, as you heard me kind of gasp a little bit for air. I do feel like there's something here with your throat chakra that you need to be talking about and making sure you're being really honest with yourself and the people around you. In the center of the reading is the King of Pentacles. Well, if this isn't you, hello Capricorn, just showing up for yourself. I feel like you're very wise. You're very smart with your money, as usual, as most Capricorns are. But I do feel like there is a part of you that is feeling older than you should be. Maybe you've experienced more than you can. And I feel like your voice is stifled. I feel like you're coming into situations and you're expressing yourself and maybe you're not getting the reaction that you had hoped for. Just keep speaking, okay? Don't allow other people to validate you. Just keep talking you. You know what I'm saying? Keep speaking your voice. The right people will validate you. But really validation shouldn't come from your surroundings. It really should come from you. So when you're feeling those little hits of like I don't like what they said to me, or I don't like how they responded, you can't control how people perceive you, right? You just can't. You can just do you, be you, and be the best you, and move on from there. Coming in terms of the conflict, we have the Page of Cups. So there is some immature energy going on around you, Capricorn. And I feel like that's what's pestering you. It's kind of flighty. It's just like the start of a new love or new inspiration, or even just a new relationship or a new emotion. Maybe it's a new emotion that you're not really sure about yet. And that's okay. You don't have to be all in right away. It's just little baby steps at a time. Do that slow burn. That's the best way to build any type of trust and foundation to a relationship, which is all, exactly what you want, Capricorn. Oh, at the root of the problem is a star. Having a little bit of hope, okay? Make sure you're still connecting with your higher power. Make sure you're connecting to your higher self. Aquarius energy gives us hope. You can see she's got this beautiful string right into the universe, and she's planted very firmly on the ground. So I always say that, Capricorns are a beautiful blend of Aquarius energy and Sagittarius energy. And I feel like this is like your future self calling you, okay? And it's really about being connected. I love that. In the past, we have the Page of Swords. So again, communication. I do believe you were learning some things, and I believe this is really about you learning who you are and really standing up for what you've learned about yourself and not faltering. Again, it's that you're the King of Pentacles at this point, and when I said that, the Five of Swords being at the bottom of the deck, it's like you learned so much about yourself, and you're trying not to tell yourself that what you're saying is wrong. You're trying not to tell yourself that the situation around you is better than what it really is. Like, you're not trying. 4:44 on the clock too. If it's a bad situation, you need to remove yourself. You're not creating something that's untrue. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it's bad, you need to remove yourself from it. In the subconscious, we have the Nine of Wands, and I feel like you're about done. This is really about putting all of the work in that you possibly have, and now you're just sitting and waiting for it to be over with. And I do feel like this is something that has been weighing on you for a long time, Capricorn. It's been weighing on you a long time, and I feel like you've had the same argument over and over again, and you've said the same thing over and over, and whoever's hearing it is not, it's not resonating with them. This could be in a work relationship too. Yeah. In the outcome, we have the Sun. So the burden is almost over, and you're about to find that joy again, which is really beautiful. A happy Capricorn is the best Capricorn for sure. But I do feel like you're going to have some joy here shortly. Advice from Spirit. Seven of Wands. So Spirit really wants you to kind of get yourself into a happy little bubble. Kind of get in tune with, this is the solar plexus, so this is about building your self-esteem, building your fire again, building that passion again. I feel like you need, if you don't already have some, make sure you have garnet with you. I think that's going to help kind of boost your bubble, so to speak. In the environment, we have the Fool, so a new beginning. So it is possible that you're going to have whatever this is kind of fall away. Like I said, you had that Nine of Wands, so you've kind of said what you needed to say and you were waiting. I feel like it's going to fall away and you're going to have something new. Coming into hopes and fears, yeah, there's something with your throat chakra here. We have the Seven of Swords. So somebody's being shady, and you're right. I will tell you, you have spot on intuition. There's somebody being shady around you, Capricorn, and you need to kind of cut it loose. And unfortunately, it's probably someone that you care about. That happens sometimes. It's someone that, you're trying to build trust. I feel like this might be that fleeting energy that I talked about before. So it's a new relationship. It's not like a long-term relationship. I feel like it's a new relationship, and you feel like they might be a little shady, and they probably are. The potential outcome, we have Temperance. This is Sagittarius energy. Remember what I said, you're a little Sag and you're a little bit Aquarius. I do feel like what you're going to find is putting in the less amount of work, you're going to have the same results. Your relationship shouldn't be that much work, Capricorn. It shouldn't be hard all the time. You should have some really good moments. Hard stuff shouldn't be the hard stuff is your emotional work. But what's hard is when you don't grow from that, and your other people in your circle aren't complementing that. Like they're not complementing with their own personal growth, if that makes sense. I'm going to clarify here with a couple of cards from the Mystic Mondays Tarot. I'm just going to pull 3. King of Pentacles again. That's you. You're very distinguished. You're very wise. You're like Dumbledore. That's what I said. Judgment. So this is somebody that was around before that's probably coming around again. And the Six of Wands. And it's going to happen very, very fast, Capricorn. I almost feel like there's some sort of... So when I did the Sagittarius reading, I mentioned Capricorn quite a bit. And I almost feel like you are... There's something with Sagittarius here. So I don't know if you're revisiting a relationship with Sagittarius. But be honest with yourself. The Seven of Swords in hopes and fears, when I talked about someone being shady, make sure you're not being shady. I almost feel like you were being shady before. We all have moments. No judgment. Well, judgment, but no judgment from me. We all have shady moments. But yeah, if you're dealing with a Sagittarius, I suggest you watch that one too. There's something really interesting about the two of them. So anyway, I hope this finds you well. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope it gave you some clarity, and I look forward to chatting with you again in another couple of weeks. Toodaloo.